Okay, we're live.
Cool.
So the first thing is we should offer a prayer to start a discussion.
Really? That's a new thing. I'm
Yeah.
down. Prayer's good.
All right.
You want to pray with us?
I'll say it.
We have to have prayer before our discussion. All right, go ahead.
Our Father in heaven, very grateful, Father, for this time and opportunity that we can come together as students and expand our knowledge in business. And we're very thankful, Father, for the school and the things that it teaches and the life lessons and principles of which we learn. We love thee and we say these things in Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Now, invite anyone in the group to share their thoughts about something of a spiritual nature.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anything come to mind?
Gosh, I had something a little bit ago, but I think lately I've been thinking about responsibility and all the stressful things that have been kind of piling on internship, a job, and school, and a wife, and all that stuff. And I think back when I didn't really have any responsibilities, I was just an EMT, and I only had to take care of myself. And I rented out a room, and life was good. And I was lazy, and I didn't have to, do anything. I could just go to work and be okay. But seeing the difference in my life, I was extremely miserable back then, when I thought that more responsibility meant, a hard life and the things that weren't good. But now that I have all these responsibilities, I'm a happier person. And I think once you accept responsibilities and accept becoming a child of God, becoming who Heavenly Father wants you to be, that's where you find, I guess, satisfaction in life. So there you go.
That's awesome, man. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, definitely. I just had my first 8 months, almost 8 months ago, and so
Wow.
7 months, yeah. So definitely.
Yeah, we hope we get one of those pretty soon, but it's harder than people think.
Yeah.
All right. Vote individually. What grade would you give the founders of Rent the Runway for their work in starting RTR? What did you see most effective? Where did the founders stumble? What should they have done differently? Does the order in which they took specific actions matter? You want to go ahead and start?
I'm trying to get to the discussion thing here, but what grade would I give the founders? I think, I don't know, I'd give them an A-. I don't know, I think that it's hard to follow your passion, and I had a really hard time with this case because it doesn't interest me at all. So in terms of their decision making stuff, I'm like, don't care,
Yeah.
But it's cool how they were pretty smart in their decision making at first. I think this case was more of what's the type of case where it's not there's a decision to make, really? It's more of a results case, decision case.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what they're called, but I think that they had the way they structured their company originally was really smart. They didn't try and make it like this corporation right off the bat.
Yeah.
They surrounded themselves with good partners.
Sorry, go ahead. What is that called?
What's that?
Bare Essentials model or something like that. Is that what it's called? That's
yeah.
They just kept something. They just kept it simple.
Mm-hmm.
We were never my boyfriend. He was just the guy I was hanging out with, and then someone I got engaged to.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're saying.
More officially married.
Let's see.
I wasn't thinking. I'm sure you were very well.
What should they have done differently?
I was still in very well. So you never officially asked me to be your girlfriend.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
What should they have done differently? I think that it seemed like they found how later in the case, they decided to start doing like other streams of revenue, like trying to hit different segments.
Yeah, I
It
think
seemed like
that's.
they did that late.
What did you find?
I think that's the decision that they're trying to come up with. I think that's what most of the. I think that's what the article is about, because now they're at a point where because they have two decisions. They have one or two decisions to make. They can either continue their business as it is, make money and improve their operational problems, or what their other idea is, and then expand like next year, or their other idea is to do that like expand right away and start new things like accessories and selling shoes and adding things to the business model.
So they didn't actually start doing the accessories and stuff yet.
No, they haven't. That's the decision that they have to make.
Okay.
I
know that was in their initial plans to like 1 year after launch.
Yeah.
Start doing jewelry and stuff like that.
And that was their initial plans, but now they've got a lot of from their customers. Their customers say that they want accessories, and the designers feel like it's taken off really well. Like, you guys have super high demand. Let's just take it to the next level, and let's add all those accessories. Let's expand now. Let's not wait. So
yeah. I guess it'll ask us later, but I was curious what you thought about it. Let's see. Where did they stumble? Is that where?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Let's see. Well, first of all, I think I'd give them an A- or a B+. And I think there's a lot of really effective things that they did. First of all, I think they had a good idea. They found a niche in the market where there's really not a market for, or at that point where a lady could rent a really expensive designer dress. Then they went to the designers themselves, and they tried to come up with a way that the designers would manage like designers renting out their business and whatnot. And at first, like, the designers, they really didn't like the idea, and then they changed their business model, and they changed their way of approach to the designers. They said, you're going to attract a lot of young women if you do it this way. And then they solidified a lot of contracts with designers. And once they had the designers, then they did like 3 different tests. They did one at Harvard, then they did one in Yale, and then they did one online, which I thought was a good idea, because they really wanted to test the idea before they went head first into it. I think they did stumble in a few ways. Their operations is lacking. They couldn't keep up with demand. Their inventory was way too low when they first started, and so when that happened, their demand was so high, their inventory was so low, they had like 50,000 people on a wait list. Eventually, they got down to 5,000, but I think they're having a lot of real issues with operations. They could have made a lot more money if they didn't have those issues. And so I think they could have analyzed their. I mean, it's hard to analyze the demand for a startup, but I think they should have had a lot more inventory on hand, a lot more. And then, does the order in which they took specific actions matter? Yeah, I think for the most part they did really smart things in the right order, but again, they seem like they tried to get a feel of their demand like after it happened. You know, they should have tried to do that before it happened. So that's what I think of that.
Yeah, that's true. I would agree. Let's see. Number 4.
Yeah.
The founders of
RTR validated their business model. What is a business model? The reading highlights 4 components of a business model: CVP, GTM, TOM, and CFF. I don't remember reading those, or I don't remember seeing those.
Huh.
Oh, dang.
4 components of a business model.
Let's see.
Yeah, I don't remember reading anything about validating your business model.
Yeah, me neither. And it says that the reading highlights it. I don't know.
I think a business model is a specific elements of a business that make it a viable and profitable, institution.
Mm-hmm.
So, were they profitable from your calculations?
Yeah.
And they had the ability to adapt.
Let's see. Yeah. So, business model is the way you intend to make a profit, in the sense that, like, what are you going to sell? What's your pitch going to be? What's your market going to be? Yeah, I don't remember any of that. So, oh well. Okay, how many times did a dress need to be rented in order to break even?
Let me see. Did you set up that Excel sheet?
Huh?
Did you set up that Excel sheet with that video?
So I got like 7.9 or something like that. Let's see, here it is. Yeah.
Where
I
did
got
you get the inventory?
7.9. Let's see. Well, they gave like basic information. There really wasn't much of the finance listed in the bottom, but I know the cost per. I know it cost them like $226 for each dress. They got $60 of revenue per rental. I think. Hold on. Let me check something really quick.
Are you getting your numbers off of? Oh, these are the estimated numbers from. I used Exhibit 4, the estimated numbers. So those are not.
So I did.
Right.
Oh, 90 per rental. Holy cow. I put 60 instead of 90. Oh, wait. Yeah, revenue per rental. 90. Oh, wow. Shoot. Yeah, I got 3.8 days. Or 3.8 rentals.
Did you do, let's see. Is it 1 unit per rental for you?
Yeah.
And then you have 323 for the cost?
No, 226, because that's the wholesale. The cost of the dress to the RTR is $226.
Gotcha. I did that wrong. Okay, so yeah, 3.8.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, 3.8. I gotta change my analysis. And
But these are just, it says pre-launch. So were we?
yeah.
Is it asking for the actuals though?
Well, here's the thing, because we don't know the actuals, so and that's not our fault. But I mean, if they broke even from pretty much 4 rentals for every dress that they have to buy, I think that's pretty good. And it says, how many times has an average dress been rented during the first 2 months of operation? And that was in the reading. And I got 2,000 was the number.
Okay.
So, let's see. Yeah, I got 2,000. What do these results imply about the viability of the business? In other words, are these promising results or concerning? I don't think. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Because in the reading, what they said was that that for the first couple of months they had like 2,000 they had 2,000 rentals, right? And they eventually increased their inventory to 5,000 dresses, right? So
so what would it be like?
If we divided 5,000 by 3.8, we would get like 1,300. And so that would mean that they would have to have at least 1,300. They would have to have rented dresses 1,300 times to break even. And they did that within the first 2 months. So we know they're profitable. Is that right? Is my math right? Because if they have an inventory of 5,000 dresses, and if they break even with 3.8 rentals, then you just divide the 5,000 by the 3.8.
Let me think. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. How many units does it say they actually rented out? Or when they launched?
Well, it says for the first 2 months or so, it was 2,000.
Okay, 2,000.
Yeah. And so if they were going to if they increased their inventory to 5,000, that means that they had to buy 5,000 dresses. And so what do they how many what I'm asking is how many rentals do they have to rent out to cover the cost of buying 5,000 dresses?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And so you would divide 5,000 by 3.8, right?
Yeah.
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 Because with one dress, it takes 3.8 rentals.
Right.
So you would divide 5,000 by 3.8. And the number that I got is to break even for buying 5,000 dresses for your inventory. You would have to rent out about 1,300 dresses. And in the first 2 months, they rented out 2,000. So
yeah, so they're profitable.
Yeah,
they're not
profitable.
I mean, for their units of inventory, it doesn't seem like they're very profitable annually. It was like I got $57 a year per dress. If I guess if you have 5,000 dresses, it's not too bad.
The contribution margin.
Yeah.
Well, it said they had like 1.7 million at. They called it like their seed round or something.
Oh, that was their venture funding, wasn't it?
Oh, was that what that was?
Yeah, that was from VCs. That wasn't revenue.
Okay. I better fix that then. What do these results imply about the viability of the business? So are they promising results or concerning? I think it depends on how much inventory they're eventually going to need, you know?
I think because it was a real like a new idea. They didn't even have competition at all.
Yeah.
They caught fire and they're profitable like that.
Yeah.
I think that it's super viable, but it's like a flash trend. And they'll die really quickly, and so I think it's critical for them to develop those other streams of revenue.
Yeah.
And reach more ladies, like different, like, because they talked about doing like different social gatherings that they were gonna like focus on, instead of they were gonna focus on like basically making the woman's life have more meaning because of what she wears from their website. So if they don't do that very quickly, I think they're just going to be like a trend website, like that was cool for a minute.
And you can expect a lot of people who see this as successful. They would probably jump on the bandwagon, and they'll expose themselves really quickly to a lot of competition. So I could see that point. I could see the benefit of going either way. I just think they missed out on a lot of revenue because, like I said, they had a waiting list of like 50,000 people, and then
stockouts like are the worst thing when you have revenue just waiting.
And then they had 5,000 people for, like, they brought it down to 5,000. Like, they didn't even fix it.
Yeah,
and
they didn't put enough capital into operations.
Yeah, if they were to fix it, by my calculations, they would increase their profit or their revenue by 150%.
Wow.
And I don't know. I could see the merit of what you're saying, but then again, like 2 years isn't that. Like, I think that they could afford to fix those issues. Figure out how to get rid of that waiting list, improve their website, and look.
Nail it, then scale it,
and then just expand and do all those accessories and everything else.
Yeah, it's probably too soon. Yeah, you're right. It's probably too soon to just launch that when they haven't even nailed the dress part. Like, they're leaving revenue on the table, and they don't need new products to get more revenue. They need to satisfy the demand they already have.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's true. It would just suck if they all of a sudden were like a thing of the past. But if they have that many interested customers, the cool thing about what they do, it said in the case that it was the mouth to mouth of that was super powerful. So if you satisfy those customers, then you're gonna have a regular demand.
Yeah.
And that's when you need to be introducing, like, adding to the customer lifetime value by adding more products. Only going to increase.
And that's the thing, like, they had such a hard time with the dresses. If they add all this other stuff on, they didn't fix the original problem, and they're going to have the same issue with, all the accessories and the shoes, and they're going to lose out on money on that as well.
Yeah.
And potential customers. So I don't know. I think, but that's a lot of that's kind of me. You know, like I'm pretty. I take calculated risks.
Yeah. No, that sounds really smart.
Okay. Vote. Should RTR seek to scale quickly now or address operation? Is this our summary?
This is exactly what we were just talking about. But yeah, for those in favor of improving, no, I think you definitely. I think you pretty much like converted me to that. Like they need it. I mean, we can start our summary if you want.
Okay.
But I think we both agree that they need to address their operational issues, number one, and then when those customers are satisfied, then scale. And they're profitable anyway. It's not like they're in the hole and they need to freak out and change their whole business model.
Yeah.
You know,
we know that to break even with one dress, or at least that's what it's estimated. We don't know exactly the cost, but for what we have, it's about 3.8 rentals, and they're doing just fine. They have the demand, but like we said before, they're missing out on a lot of revenue, a lot of customers because of all their operational issues. And again, like I said before, I think it'd be wiser to gain that revenue, become more profitable. Sure your foundation in a sense, and get rid of that waiting list. And once you know how to keep up with the demand, then expand and add everything else so that you can, so you know what to expect.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Cool. Is that it?
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Where is it? All right. Thanks again. I guess we're going to be in groups next week.
Yeah. Sounds good, man. Appreciate it.
All right. See ya.
Will you email me the link?
Yeah, we'll do. Bye.
All right. Thanks.